Welcome back to the program. Now, if democracy is truly the government of the people, by the people, for the people, then it becomes extremely difficult to fault the result of the constitutional amendment in Rwanda, in which Rwandans voted overwhelmingly to support changes that would allow President Paul Kagame to extend his term in office, possibly until 2034. At least they asked for it through a constitutional means. This comes as many question President Paul Kagame's third-term ambition, including the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations and currently President of the UN Security Council, Samantha Power. In a press release earlier this month, Ms. Power asked President Paul Kagame to show exemplary leadership and step down at the end of his second term in office. Many have argued that Paul Kagame's credentials puts him in good stead, having led the country out of its precarious state into stability after the 1994 genocide. Many have also argued that the danger with the trend of constitutional amendments to support the longer-term bids of some African presidents may be a compromise of the rule and legitimacy of democracy, just as my guest spoke about earlier on the program. Let's move on now. It's Christmas season and the hustle and bustle have started, at least here in Lagos. The roads are getting busier and traffic congestion has increased. Now, most commuters in Lagos arrive at work exhausted after hours in traffic jams. With a growing population expected to exceed 300 million by 2050, the federal government set aside a $25 billion infrastructure fund for investment in the transport and energy sectors. But for now, this is what life is in the slow lane of Lagos congestion. Commuting in Lagos, a city of 21 million people, can easily ruin your plans on a bad day. The gridlock often stretches for kilometers and passengers take hours to reach their destination. Many commuters get out of minibus taxis and walk in the end, hoping it will be quicker. When Osi Okafor, a bus driver in the city, gets in his minibus and begins another battle on the congested roads, he sees everything wrong with transport here.
The type of suffering we meet on the roads is terrible. For me now to go from here to Ajah and come back has to take me 4 to 5 hours.
President Muhammadu Buhari wants a third of next year's budget to go into capital expenditure, building roads and hospitals. Most of Lagos residents live in modest residential quarters on the mainland or around the city's main lagoon, far from the business districts of Lagos Island. Many get out of bed before dawn to catch a bus over the 12-kilometer Third Mainland Bridge linking the mainland to Lagos Island.
Everybody is heading to one direction. Now, in this morning time, I wake up 4 a.m. to get my first vehicle by 5 a.m. or 4:45. 4:45, I'm in the bus. You understand? And that takes me from the mainland down to the VI. Takes me 1 hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours.
China's state-owned China Civil Engineering Construction Corps has been building a Lagos light railway since 2011, but the project has been delayed. The first of an initial 6 lines will not be ready until the end of next year. The present administration wants to create more job opportunities by reigniting local industry, mining and agriculture, but the dire states of roads and power could hold back those plans. Liboros Oshoma, a Lagos-based lawyer, blames late or non-payment of contractors, a recurring problem in Nigeria, after this year's collapse in oil prices.
It's typical of every government project in Nigeria, like we are hearing now, where projects are budgeted for, and the bulk of the money is diverted and into other things, most especially during campaigns. And so you find out that contractors are not paid, and so they are not able to meet up with time for delivering of such projects. And then in some cases where it is private, government-private partnership arrangement, you find that the equity contribution from the government, because of the bureaucratic bottleneck, it takes time in coming.
According to the United Nations, Nigeria's population is forecast to exceed 300 million by 2050, from around 170 million now. And for many analysts, time is not on Nigeria's side.
And that brings us to the end of the program today. But before I let you go, I have one question for you, and the other one is a request. Let's get to the question first. What has been your experience on the road in Lagos and across Nigeria? And also, it's Christmas, and it's Christmas week, should I say, and we know Africa loves to celebrate the season. Send us what you're doing and what you will be doing on Christmas with the hashtag Xmas in Africa on Twitter. Then send us a picture describing how you'll be celebrating your holiday. I'll tell you where to send it to networkafrica@channelstv.com, and find me on Twitter at @Adeshowa using the hashtag Xmas in Africa. We will make a collage of your celebrations from all over Africa and put it up on the show. It's going to be a great time because we will be here celebrating Christmas with you. Thanks a lot for watching the program. I am Adeshowa, and I'll see you tomorrow.